I would start by thanking you for inviting me to Lisbon Challenge. I have to say that today we see a lot of events focused on startup, but they usually don't have such an extensive approach as Lisbon Challenge. So congratulations for the organization. Well, I'm gonna focus on the public financing programs we have and we manage in Segittur. This is a program based on credit facilities for young entrepreneurs and for startups, and we have another programs for financing companies of any size. But first, I would like to tell you something about travel startup ecosystem in our country and a little bit about venture capital in Spain. But I have to say I'm not an expert in this part, so but I try. First of all, I would like to tell you who we are and what we do. We are a public company. We are participated completely by public administration. We depend on Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Energy. And these are the areas we are focused on right now. On innovation, it was our reason to exist. The innovation and the project we are managing. If you want some examples, for example, now we are trying to set up some demonstrating center for technological development and to extend the use of new technologies and to transfer know-how. In this sense, we have an important project for cross-border transfer knowledge with Morocco. We are trying to bring out a lot of innovation projects with local partners there. And now, from 2012, we are trying to support entrepreneurs in travel ecosystem in Spain. Well, first of all, I need to say that the Spanish tourist context is the most important thing we have to have in mind to understand why tourist sector, leisure and entertainment industries are the sector which the startups focus their development. Why? Why do we have such many startups focused on sector, technological startups focused on travel sector in Spain? That's why it's a sector with an enormous potential. We rank first as a holiday destination. We rank fourth in the number. We're ranked fourth in the number of tourists, of international tourists, and we're ranked sixth in the revenue, in the expenditure with the tourists in our country. And the importance of this sector is said by we have almost 5,000 companies in the sector, and there are many different kinds. Not just hotels, because when we think about tourism, you think to hotels, but it's not truly that. Of course, we have almost 2 million hotel places. There are catering companies, and intermediary companies, but there are a lot of more kinds of things you can do and direct to tourism. This is an important sector, and another piece of information where we can see it is that there 2.1 million employees are working in this Spanish sector. And another thing that is really important is that it's a really high fragmented sector. It's not only a characteristic of the Spanish sector, but we share it with the European Union and with other industrial sectors. For example, in the European Union, 99% of companies are SMEs, and they generate 2 of 3 jobs. In Spain, 96% are SMEs, and most of them are family-owned or micro SMEs. In this general look, we can see that there is a high opportunity for entrepreneurs and for startups to play an important role, because they want, for example, they have understood they had a really challenge, a great opportunity to to develop their model, their business model in a sector, even if at the beginning they haven't thought to make tourism develop. If we will pass to speak about the Spanish startup community, we have to say we have 3,000 startups, we have 3 million companies all over Spain. It's not, so you can see it's not a great number of startups, but if we compare, for example, with Israel, of course, everybody wants to compare with Israel, but in Israel there are 7 million people and double startup that in Spain, so it's not a really good information for our country. And geographical concentration is a characteristic of a Spanish startup, and maybe in Spain it happens. It's changing a little bit because, for example, in Andalusia they are trying to form a great innovation hub, but from this very moment, Madrid, Catalonia, and Community Valencia, they concentrate 90% of technological startups in Spain. We have a lot of accelerator, more than 60. You can see I put this one because there are where we have a really good relationship and they can put their projects to our financial programs. And on the other hand, we have a lot of incubators too, but of course the support is necessary, the accelerator is necessary, but the startup needs financing and funding. What about funding in Spain? Well, if I have to speak about private equity and venture capital in Spain, first thing I have to say is that there is not always a clear difference between private equity and venture capital as it exists in the Anglo-Saxon world. So it's really difficult to find information only focused on venture capital. But anyway, or venture capital for funds for early stage in the companies. When a startup needs money, where does it go in Spain? Well, they use the usual routes. They go to friends and pool. It's really useful at the beginning. They can go to business angel. We have an important Spanish business angel network. It's really important, and they are used to invest in travel startups. They can go to family office. It's not a typical investor, but we have in Spain a foundation, the Pino Family Foundation, and they now are making a big effort for investing in travel entrepreneurs and travel startups. You can go to crowdfunding. Crowdfunding in Spain last year has raised now more or less 20 million euros. It's not so much, but there isn't a legal framework, and that makes it difficult to raise money. And what about venture capital? You know Vitamina K, you can imagine a Cadets partner. Also has business angel, I imagine you know François. She's a really great investor with put a lot of money in the startup and take a lot of risks. But if we have to speak about venture capital, it happens the same like in Portugal. Maybe we are like here from the position we would like to be, because you can see here some information from the January from one of the national networks of venture capital entities. What can we see with what has happened last year regarding to year before? Well, total investment millions has decreased, and even all industries. It has decreased, but the number of transactions has increased. It means that the average of any transaction is even smaller, so it's not a really optimistic view. And if related to the preferred destination for private equity in Spain, you can say that at the beginning they prefer to support companies when there is middle or even lower, not an MVP of the process. Well, but how you can see, venture capital is not enough. It's not enough for making real the business model that all the entrepreneurs or startups have think about it. And they have to use, or they can use from 2012 implemented program. This program was set up by the Secretary of State of Industry and Tourism to make possible that the startups which have to face a market more and more competitive and a market where it is easy to fall behind, sorry. But they have the need to be competitive, but on the other hand, they don't have any facility to access to credit lines. So it's difficult, it's a paradoxical situation. But on the other hand, many times, we see this, that's an opportunity to find new ways to make money. And for that, the startups are key to success. And our secretariat was agree with that and thought that travel sector needs money specifically for their projects, innovative projects. These financing programs are organized into two programs. One specifically for young entrepreneurs, and the objective are obviously to promote the incorporation of young entrepreneurs to our market, and for startup is to support the startup of innovative projects developed by young entrepreneurs. If we're regarding to financial characteristics, you can see that you can participate or be an applicant in an individual modality, and for that you need to be under 40 years old. If you participate as a company, as a startup, the partner average age must be under 40 years old too. Now we are trying to increase this age limit, because sometimes, many times, for example, with the current economic crisis, directives or executives from big companies that are now unemployed, they are trying to begin with entrepreneurial adventure, and they are not under 50 years, but they are really important as a stakeholder with a great interest in the work. And this program, they are loans repayable. The maximum period for repay them are 5 years, 2-year grace period, 1 year only for the startup we wanted. And the interest rate is determined in the official announcement. This year is 2.26. It's really interesting interest rate, and it's more interesting because we don't have any fee, no study fee or cancellation fee or opening fee, so it's really competitive. And there is no guarantee. The only guarantee is the business plan. As I said, we have another program, which is Segittur R&D program, and it's focused on projects that have technological rates, for example, or they are more ambitious or related to research, real research or development in a stricter sense. The objectives are, as I said, research and development in tourism sector, and eventually they can export. We can support some projects to try to internationalize the Spanish tourist sector, which is a challenge we have, and it's difficult to do it. And the alternative of the program, it's organized into sub-programs, one for RD, stricto sensu, projects related to technological innovation, and another one for just for development of innovative products. The financial characteristics are the same, but all all Spanish company can participate, and there is a guarantee of 36% of the return. Well, I think the best is and I would like to present you some success story. I was really impressed this morning when listening to you and your ideas. I think you will find that some of them similar to yours, but I can say these four projects are now running really, really well. Okay, so we have some videos. We can for example, it works. I can show you. What video for changing houses? No? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's for exchanging houses. It's a really good tool because you can exchange your house, but filtering by the costume, the likes of the other person. For example, if I say I like astronomy and I want to go to New York, but I would like to get a house with the person with the same like as me. So it's working really, really well. We can do another one. For example, if you want to see, you can find it on the website. Yes, but if you don't have some, make something. Okay, Google is a virtual concert, and it offers complementary products in the hotels, in the reception of the hotels, and it has been really, really welcome for hoteliers, professionals, and now they are trying to expand their business model to the rest of the world. They were started in Madrid, and now they are trying to world. And it's a simple iPad. When you arrive in the hotel, in the reception, you don't find the typical receptionist which can give you some advice, that you can find a lot of complementary offers here. And that's what this is an entrepreneur one. Okay, she's Pablo. And they are usually the protagonists of the video they make for promoting their company. And another one, the Smart Park. The Smart Park, they are in Barcelona. And what they do is to use parks of hotel parking where they are in use. They are in use 60% of the time, and with Smart Park, it guides you by if you are doing a tour with you have problems to park and you don't know what to do. It can make you, it gives you, for example, there was another with a hero, a superhero, and it is the apartment, his name, but I don't know. So it's, for example, the hotels haven't thought about that. Earn money with the unused parks for parking, and now it's working really, really well. And they are really intelligent people. And for example, they have understood that they weren't really well as a commercial professional, or by selling they went really well, and now they are joining up in their stage many other people. Okay, and the other one, the last one, is your price. It doesn't matter because you don't actually, they don't have a video, but no, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it. And the Opera is a tool for hotels to know in advance what the price is of your competence, and what's the level of occupation in the company, so you can change the prices and know what kind of client is going to go to your accommodation. And that's all. If you are thinking about expanding to Spain, okay, you know some possibilities you have to live and to set up your company.
Thank you very much.